Good evening. Coming up tonight.
Dance Marathon held its 25th annual, raising $800,000.
Plus, we talk about the Grubhub outage throughout campus.
And later, more on our Gamecock baseball team and their breaking records.
But first, Nicole Smith is in the studio here with us now. Nicole, what weather can we expect to see this weekend?
We can be expecting to see some cloudier weather coming up. I'll have the weather forecast for this week and more for you tonight on SGTV. Student News at 7.
Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio.
This is Student News at 7.
Good evening, Carolina. I'm Tyler Perrone.
And I'm Caroline Smith. Thanks for joining us tonight.
U of SC students might have had some trouble finding lunch today due to a national outage of the Grubhub app. University students rely on the Grubhub app to order food from many campus restaurants, including Panera Bread, Chick-fil-A, Panda Express, and more.
This post was made by the USC Carolina Card office, saying, quote, "Due to a nationwide Grubhub outage, we are unable to accept the Carolina Card or credit card at most retail dining locations," end quote. In the meantime, students can get food at all campus dining halls.
7 people are dead after a tragic shooting at a school in Nashville, Tennessee. 3 children and 3 adults died in a shooting at the Covenant Presbyterian School this morning. According to officials at the scene, the 3 children were transported to a nearby hospital, and all 3 were pronounced dead upon arrival.
The shooter has been identified as 28-year-old Audrey Hale, who is believed to be a former student at the Covenant School. Authorities say she entered the school through a side door and was armed with 2 assault rifles and a pistol.
The suspect was killed when police engaged her in a lobby space within the school. Other students were escorted out by police to a nearby church, where they were united with their parents.
South Carolina legislators are pushing a bill that will lessen health care rights for transgender minors. 25 of the state Senate's 46 members have signed on as sponsors. The bill, S.627, will ban anyone under 18 from receiving procedures dealing with gender transition and identity.
It would also make sure no state funds go towards anyone's gender-based procedures, no matter the age of the person getting the procedure. A later section of the bill requires school officials to tell parents about their child's gender dysphoria or identity that differs from the sex on their government documents. Supporters of
S.627 argue that the bill will stop minors from making decisions they may regret later in life. Republican Senator Josh Kimbrell of Spartanburg said, quote, "This is not a bill about hating anybody. This is not a bill that restricts the right of any adult to do what he or she so desires or chooses with their lives," end quote.
The Senate subcommittee working on this bill will meet next Wednesday at 9 a.m. to discuss further advancement. My apologies.
USC held its 25th annual Dance Marathon in the Strom Thurmond Wellness and Fitness Center on Saturday. Dance Marathon is a campus-wide philanthropic effort where students and staff get together to raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
Since its conception, the organization has raised almost $8 million. This year's main event brought in nearly $800,000 for the Prisma Health Children's Hospital. USCDM also hosts a slew of corporate sponsors, all of which matched each donation up to a certain amount.
Sponsors included Aflac, Blue Cross Blue Shield, the Beamer Family Foundation, and more. Dance Marathon President Katie Torbert reflected on the event's positive impact on campus, as well as her personal college experience.
Torbert said, quote, "The past 3 main events, including this one, have honestly been some of the best days of my life. All the people in this room are filled with so much love and so much joy. To see us all poured out in 14 hours and just the labor of love that this event has been throughout this year, and just seeing everyone's part of a family, that's one of the most rewarding parts of my job," end quote. You know, having us, SGTV, covering the event, it was fantastic. There was so much school spirit, and I'm glad that we raised money for a great cause.
The energy in that room, it was indescribable. To see so many people coming together to be so energetic about this beautiful cause is wonderful.
I agree. It was electric. Coming up after the break, the latest in Gamecock sports. Stay close. SGTV News 4 sports reporter Spencer Ball has the scoop. What have you got for us, Spencer?
Gamecock baseball walks away from another weekend series with another 3 wins. This time they swept the Tigers of Mizzou. To kick off the series, the two teams played an electric game in front of a sold-out Founders Park, with the Gamecocks rallying in the 9th inning behind the bat of Michael Braswell. Braswell hit an infield single and, combined with a throwing error by Mizzou, allowed the winning run to cross home plate, and it caused Founders Park to erupt in celebration of the 9-8 victory. Due to heavy rains predicted for Sunday, the teams played a doubleheader on Saturday. In Game 1 of the doubleheader, the Gamecocks would dominate behind another fantastic performance from their ace, Noah Hall. Hall pitched a great 7 innings, only allowing 5 hits and 1 run. The Gamecock offense would have a great game, hitting 4 home runs, 2 of them coming from Evan Stone, as they would take the game 8-1. Game 2 of the doubleheader would be a lot more competitive, as Mizzou's offense would find its rhythm after their poor performance earlier in the day. They would have a 4-2 lead in the 8th inning, but star freshman Ethan Petrie would hit a 2-run home run to tie it at 4 and eventually send it to extra innings. The game would eventually advance to the 12th inning, where Petrie would play the hero again, singling up the middle and securing the sweep for the Gamecocks as they won 5-4. Their performance this weekend has the Gamecocks ranked 9th in the entire nation. A huge part in their success has been their power hitting, which has improved significantly from last year. Last season, the team hit 58 home runs all year, and this season, they have 64 home runs in only 25 games, which is an incredible turnaround for Coach Mark Kingston and co. They'll travel to the Citadel on Tuesday, and that game will take place at 7 p.m. on ESPN+. Moving on to the hardwood, Gamecock women's basketball defeated UCLA on Saturday to advance to their 3rd straight Elite Eight. Sports reporter Amanda Baranowski has the action from the Sweet 16.
Yesterday, I traveled to the Bond Secures Wellness Arena, where the South Carolina Gamecocks women's basketball team played in the Sweet 16 round of the NCAA tournament. They beat the UCLA Bruins by a score of 59-43. Let's take a look at the action. Seniors Aaliyah Boston and Bree Bill ignited the Gamecocks offense early on. The Gamecocks defense was smothering throughout the game, holding UCLA to 29.4% shooting and only 15 points in the first half. In the third quarter, Carolina would double their lead over the Bruins, giving them a 20-point advantage going into the final quarter of play. In the fourth, the Gamecocks held onto their lead, even getting some of the younger players valuable tournament experience.
And the South Carolina Gamecocks are moving on to the Elite Eight.
For SGTV News 4 Sports, I'm Amanda Baranowski.
Thanks, Amanda. They're in action against second seeded Maryland right now for a spot in the Final Four in Dallas. You can check that out on ESPN.
Thanks, Spencer. Coming up after the break, News 4 entertainment reporter Emma Connelly will lay down the talk of the town. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Joining me now is entertainment reporter Emma Connelly to fill us in on what's happening in Columbia this weekend. What do you have for us, Emma?
The University of South Carolina Dance Company will perform alongside the legendary Bill T. Jones Arnie Zane Dance Company this weekend in their production of Storytime. Storytime will feature 60 one-minute dance compositions, each telling a unique story and celebrating the 40th anniversary of the company's founding. The performances will be held at 6:30 p.m. on Saturday, April 1st, and 2 p.m. on Saturday, April 2nd, at the Koger Center for the Arts. Admission is $15 for students and $20 for USC faculty and $22 for the general public. Tickets can be purchased at KogerCenterForTheArts.com. The Bill T. Jones Arnie Zane Dance Company will be on USC's campus for the next 3 weeks as part of a residency, during which they will teach choreography from their creations over the past 4 decades.
You know, I haven't seen Bill T. Jones's work or Storytime, but I may go and see it this weekend. Myself and a bunch of friends from my theater class need to see a play, and that sounds just like the production to go see, even though it is mainly dance-based.
I think it would be awesome, and as a dance minor, I think I would love it too. The 28th Annual Columbia International Festival will be held this weekend at the South Carolina State Fairgrounds. This year, the festival will highlight North American countries through the showcase of music, food, and cultures of the various nationalities and races represented in South Carolina. An international flag ceremony will also be presented. The goal of the festival, since its founding in 1996, is to bring together all of the state's international communities and to build better relations between various groups and the entire South Carolina community. The festival will be held this Saturday, April 1st, from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and this Sunday, April 1st, from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Admission is $7 to the general public and free to those under 18 or serving in the military.
You know, I'm looking forward to that so much. You see all the international flags outside of the Darla Moore School of Business. I absolutely cherish the international community at this school and hope this event does it well.
I agree. I think it'll be really awesome to see all the cultures come together.
Yes. Well, that's all for your entertainment news for tonight. Coming up after the break, Nicole Smith will let you know if this warm weather sticks around. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Nicole Smith. Here's your look at tonight's forecast. Tonight's temperatures are hitting us at 54 degrees with those winds going 8 miles per hour. And we're going to have some partly cloudy skies here tonight. So if you can get out and catch that sunset at 7:41 p.m. here tonight. Now taking a look at some of the bigger headlines here. We have some warmer days ahead of us. However, that is not going to stop us with some clouds during out the week and some thunderstorms here on Saturday. Now kind of taking a look at what this week is going to look like as a whole coming up. We have here, of course, on Monday, we're going to have some rain, and of course accompanied again on Saturday with some more rain. But Thursday we can be looking forward to bright and sunny, and then throughout the week we're going to be in between those low 60s to those high 70s, with that highest here on Friday hitting 79. And as we move into that evening, we're going to have some low 40s to some low 60s. That's all I have for tonight. After the break, we'll have tonight's edition of Carolina Canines. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us.
And finally, tonight's Carolina Canine features Jasper.
Jasper was submitted by our very own producer, Delaney Flanagan. Jasper is a 10-year-old Labrador who loves sleeping, begging for food, and looking at you like you did something wrong to her. And looking at these pictures, Jasper has big old eyes. I could not say no to giving him a treat.
Big soulful eyes that might have not that many thoughts behind them. He looks like a dog that would garner a lot of attention on TikTok.
He looks like he trips a lot.
That wraps up tonight's edition of Student News at 7.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SGTV at USC.
To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV News 4, I'm Caroline Smith.
And I'm Tyler Perrone. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina. Forever to be.